Alright, welcome back everybody. Now that the temperate weathers of autumn has finally left, onwards towards the biting cold, I guess, of winter. So we do have a couple of tasks. I'm gonna pick this up real quick. We do have a couple of tasks at hand that we need to work on. First off, we have enough ingredients, well, materials, to make a thermal stone. So we're gonna do that. I believe we have a pick. Yeah, we have a pick on hand. Because I remember, wait, I'm pretty sure we had a couple of old ones, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we do have a lot of them. Let's be here somewhere. There you go. I'm gonna put that in there. We're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a thermal stone. Because now that winter starts, we're pretty much in the situation where we have to have warming gear on us. Protect ourselves pretty much. So I'm also going to go ahead and make some more food just in case. Because our plan is right now is to focus on doing MacTusks. Because we want to get ourselves either a Tam O'Shanter, which is fine if we get it. If it's okay, it's sweet if we don't get it. But mainly we need it for the tusk, because we want a walking cane for sure. That's an important thing we need. So I'm going to go ahead and drop off everything we don't need right now. Because there really isn't a point to be carrying around all those materials when we're not really using them. Niter, I think we have it in the chest, right? Yes, we do. Okay. I'll hold on to the flint. I wouldn't need to bring a shovel with me, nor do I need a axe. Also, I'm gonna have to get myself a new mouse, because I realized that the right click on my mouse is not working properly. Excuse me, it's not working properly. So it is a little bit annoying, I guess, because if I need to drop something really quickly or equip something really quickly, I'll have to intentionally press harder, or probably even click a couple times in order for it to, actually equip it or drop it. So we're gonna have to be very, very careful when we're doing our fights, especially since the last time we tried doing MacTusk, we were successful the first couple times until the second round we did it and we forgot to put on our armor. That's not how I want to go again this time. So we definitely want to put on armor and have things on hand just so we're safe, okay? So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and let our stone heat up a little bit more before we get going. And we have 3 MacTusk on this side. So 1, 2, and 3. All in this pathway, so we can just keep on running and chase it off. And hopefully we'll be fine. And then we have 1 over here, which I think I'll tackle that one first, because it's the closest. And I think that should be it. That should be the plan, hopefully. So I'm going to double click my hat again, just so I can equip it. And since we're fighting, I don't want to be using a stale handbat. I'm going to go ahead and make a fresh one. So go ahead and drop that. Click harder. I hope it's okay for everybody. I'll try my best to not spam click and, make a lot of noise with my mouse. And let's do this. So again, just trying to be a little bit careful. I don't want to make myself in a bad situation. We're going to be focusing whenever we're fighting, so I'll try my best to just pay attention and not get myself in a bad situation, which is a big no-no. Oh, and look what we got. We got ourselves... Oh, nice! That's very good. We got ourselves a... We have ourselves a Tam and a Tusky. That's really nice. Well, that pretty much saves us time. How nice. Alright, okay, let me put back on my not my Tam, my Beefalo hat, because I won't be using the Tam as much, mainly because I do want to reserve my sanity. I want to leave it low, and putting on a Tam basically removes all my chances of getting my sanity low, which is not what I want. Oh, hold on. So I want to be able to farm Nightmare Fuel too, so I wouldn't want to put on a Tam. It regens my sanity all the time. So that's the plan. Also, I'm going to go ahead and drop things that I won't be using right away. into Chester because there's really no point for me to be holding all these things on me. Especially this wool. I just jumped the bullet and ran out of camp way too quickly. I should have just waited. Alright. So, we got ourselves a butter muffin. We ate that, and our health is going pretty good. Doing pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and drop the thermal stone. It's actually better to drop the thermal stone near the fireplace instead of holding it onto your inventory. Because I think there is also a thing when it comes to temperature that I'm not sure the temperature fully, heats up quickly if it's on your character, like the thermal stone, I mean. Versus just, leaving the thermal stone in the source itself. So it should be faster to heat up or cool down basing on whatever fire pit you have out of the endo or the normal fire pit. If you put it next to it, instead of holding onto it, it'll heat up or cool down faster. So I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. But I believe I heard someone talked about it before. Anyway, we got our walking cane, which is a awesome find. It's so good to have that early on. It basically saves us a lot of time needing to farm the enemies over and over again, which is nice. But beyond that too, I do want to finish off and kill the rest of the MacTusk as well, because instead of giving us the other things like tusks and tams, I also want to have the meat, because that will actually be a very big help for our survival during the winter times. And after day 1 of winter, I think this is a pretty big success. We have our walking cane, we have our tam. What can go wrong? All right, let's not jinx it. Anyway, so long as we have the things we need, such as our fire pits and our campfires prepped, we have a torch on us, so if we ever need to heat something up real quick, we can. And yeah, I think we should be okay. We should be fine. Anyway, I'm also going to focus on getting some more, what do you call them? Nightmare fuel, because I do want to also get myself a dark sword, because we have enough logs, we have enough papyrus for a shadow suit. The only thing is now we're lacking is the actual nightmare fuel, the fuel itself. So we only have 4, and we need 6 more. So we have 5 for that and 5 for the dark sword. That's good. An even number. Alright. We're going to wait until morning hits, and we're going to head back out and prep ourselves for the next fight. Let's see here. I also want to try and locate the Moon Island, and I feel like it might be here, because usually it's, within a flat surface. If it's a flat surface, that's a pretty good indicator where it might be. And also here, there's a lot of flat surfaces here. There could be a couple of things. Anyway, let's go and take out the other mobs. Alright, before we engage in the fight, let's make sure we have our armor, we have our weapon, and then go for it. So we should be careful as well. I think walking down on this side is actually nice because a lot of the other camps are above us. So if we walked above, we'll slowly start, attracting the other MacTusk, which isn't good. We should just be handling them one by one, which makes it a little bit easier. And we get another tusk. Nice. There we go. Okay, there we go. And second one down. Our health is still pretty good. Let me go ahead and put on my helmet. Or not my helmet, excuse me. My beefalo hat. I'm gonna go ahead and also equip my torch and burn it real quick, because I do want to make sure our thermal stone isn't going to degrade on us. Because it actually gets cool very quickly. Like your temperature drops very quickly if you're not putting on anything that has insulation, such as a beefalo hat or a tam. If you're putting on a helmet, you have 0 insulation. You only have like water protection, and that's pretty much it, I think. So in terms of like the weather, putting on a helmet wouldn't really help you with insulation. You'll have to have a separate insulation, clothing. So that way you can actually keep your thermal stone warmer, because it actually also counts towards how much your character's degrees are, your temperature, in order to, reserve how warm this thermal stone will stay. So I feel like that's how it should be. I don't have anything to back this up. All these info is just based off, like, I assume that's how things should work. So that's how it should work in game. Which isn't really, like, you know, I won't say it's canon, but I feel like it makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna head up to the second. Well, this is the third, technically, since we killed 2 already. The third, MacTusk camp. We put on our armor first before we head up close. And we're gonna go ahead and take them out. Okay, we'll leave that one out first. That's actually gonna get baited by the Talbot, right? So I think I can just rely on the Talbot to take care of it. Yeah, nice. While it's not looking, let's take it. Oh, we got it! He didn't care about us. Nice. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna take care of this guy. Meat is still meat, so whatever you can take out, you know, whatever you can collect is very important for our continued survival during the winter. So I will definitely benefit as much as I can. I'm not gonna be greedy, and, you know, definitely just have everything I need. So we're gonna go ahead and take out this guy now, since we finish off with the dogs, and that'll make it very easy for us to take out this guy. Nice. Ooh, we got another town. Awesome. But I'd say it's a pretty good haul so far. We're doing pretty good. Our helmet's gonna break pretty soon. I think I'll use the bat back actually during this fight, just so I can gain some health. Oh, interesting. So I put on the bat, and Maxwell had a quote saying that he can feel his puppets or whatever are gonna have some, you know, boost or something. I'm gonna see again. He doesn't say it now, okay. We'll wait, we'll try again later. Nice, and we got another tusk. So now we're back to full health, awesome. Now let's see what he says. Is he not gonna say anything about it? No, did I miss the quote? Whoa, violence has never felt better. My shadow puppet should be able to draw from its power. Okay. Interesting. So they added an extra quote when you examine shadow-based weapons. That's very interesting. Cool. Okay, I dig it. Alright. So, we should be careful still, because we just killed one of the dogs, I believe. Oh wait, no, we killed both of them. Yeah, we killed both of them. So it's only the wee tusk left. In that case, I'm not gonna really bother. I'm just gonna, you know, stay out of it. I don't want to get myself killed anyway. And also, since we are close by to the Pengals, I do want to kill them too, because they provide a lot of meat and eggs if you can kill them. So I'm gonna do that. If you have a helmet on and killing them during the night, they don't wake up all at the same time, so they can't really kill you very quickly versus when they're awake. Usually when they're awake, they'll, you know, huddle and kill you all at the same time, which isn't good. Also, let me drop a light real quick so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I think that should be all of them. Yeah. Alright, let's get the drumsticks. The drumsticks are good. And I think it only gave us one. Okay, fine. It's still a source of food. It's still a source of food. So they give us a little bit more, you know, survivability, a little more hunger. Man, I really gotta get myself a new mouse. It's so weird to play this wonky right-click. Actually, you know what? I'll probably put this in the 1 slot so that whenever, you know, whenever we get ready ourselves to fight, I can have it, like, you know, clicked instead of, like, right-clicking it in my inventory. So all my necessary, like, you know, tools, I'll put it on the first couple slots so that I can just click through them instead of, like, you know, right-clicking them in my inventory, which is a little bit more trickier right now since I can't right-click properly. Oh, man. Oh, it's snowing. I thought someone threw a snowball at first because it just came out of nowhere. Oh, I love the snow. It looks really cool. I used to play the game at an older laptop. Before this PC, before my built PC, I used to play it on an older laptop. And I was having a lot of lag and all that. based off because, you know, it's an old laptop. It's not really meant for playing video games, but I'm trying my best to do it, use it for that reason. So it's a little bit tricky to use, but I always had those mods where it gives you like, you know, oh, remove the weather effects, lessen the amount of like, you know, um, things that are happening in the screen that lessens the amount of usage your CPU needs. And I pretty much stuck to that for like quite a while. And even when I changed my PC, I still use the same like mods still. But now that I have this PC, I kind of just wanted to just play the game and see how it looks. Because it's been such a long time, you know, just playing it without mods. And it's always interesting to just see how the game looks without anything, you know, being messed with, I guess. Like, all the settings are in default, you have no mods to, like, change how things look, everything's just default. And it's actually pretty cool, you know? It looks really neat. And it's also crazy to think about. So Don't Starve has finally gone to, like, a 10-year anniversary. Which is crazy to think about, that it's been so long already since this game was out. And I have to be honest, I haven't played for 10 years, but I think I've played for, I would say, 5 years? Probably 5 years, I think. Because I started playing when their second not the Gorge event, sorry. Their second Forged event was out. And I can't remember when the second season of Forge was out. But it was around that time, so I think within that time frame. I'm gonna look it up later on Google. So I'll basically just display it and see how long was their old season 2 Forge event was, because I'm very curious to see when that happened too. And now that we've done with the MacTusk, I definitely want to focus on getting ourselves the. No, I don't need to use logs when I'm back in base. Actually, I use the wool. I'm gonna focus on gathering Nightmare Fuel now instead, because the Nightmare Fuel is also a very important part right now for our later on crafts, and I definitely want to have those ready. Also, since we have a lot of logs and a lot of teeth, I'm going to go ahead and craft some traps, because I did realize I didn't make any traps for my Wicker Bottom world. And since one of the biggest, like, you know, one of the biggest, like, threats for characters with low health is just random enemies spawning. At least that's for me, because, you know, you gotta be prepared when things happen, right? So that means I should definitely prep myself and make some traps in order to protect myself for what happens in the future, you know? So I gotta keep myself safe, pretty much. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some tooth traps as well, which I think will definitely prolong my survivability, which is important. Anyway, in terms of the tooth traps, I'm going to put it somewhere farther away. I don't want to leave it next to the, I don't want to leave it close to anything, so not close to a lot of, like, grass, not close to a lot of vegetation and stuff like that, because if it's fire dogs or anything that can destroy things, well, mainly fire dogs, I guess, I wouldn't want it to have, you know, the ability to destroy my base very easily. So always build your teeth traps and your tooth area, well, your trap area farther away. You don't want to be too close to base. Now, it's probably better to do tooth traps with the geometric placement mod, because it's actually, you know, you can make it a little bit more tighter. It won't be super loose, so, you know, it'll definitely be easier to place these instead of just doing it like this. But again, just playing modless is actually very interesting too, because you just get to see how things look without, like, you know, mods. It is for me, at least. I find it interesting. Like, I like how my base looks so far without mods. It's just like, you know, natural. Okay. Oh, and also, since we have these charcoal, this is a new thing that Don't Starve has made. I'm pretty sure this is a new thing, because I've always seen, like, charcoal, like, pop out of the, it pops out of the fireplace, you know? Like the fire pit. And I'm assuming because whenever you burn something in the fireplace, when it's fully, you know, burnt, sometimes they'll have residue of, like, coal and stuff like that. So I find that to be pretty cool. Okay, so I'm planning to make a drying rack, since we have 2 piece. And we do have a couple of we have a couple of meats that we can dry too, since they're going stale. And if we do have jerky, that's actually really nice to have, because sanity and healing is such a nice thing to have. So we'll do that. Put that in my inventory. And plop. There you go. Here it comes. And I did make a search of the tall Scotch eggs, by the way. It is indeed English. In fact, English, rather. It is English, which is pretty cool. So what it is, basically, is it's a hard-boiled egg wrapped in, I think, like breadcrumbs and, like, you know, something that glues it together. I'm not sure if they're using, like, I don't think they're using an egg mixture on the outside as well, but I'm pretty sure it should be something like butter or something. And pretty much after you oil the egg, you dip it into the breadcrumbs and then refry it or bake it in a oven. And it pretty much makes a Scotch egg, which is pretty interesting. I never tried it. But it looks really cool. I've seen how they did it, and it does look pretty nice, actually. But I wouldn't say, I guess in terms of like the Don't Starve version of it, because it's made out of a tall bird egg, the amount of hunger it should provide does make sense, you know, because it's a giant egg. So that's pretty cool. Plus, to be honest, I really like eggs. I'm a big fan of eggs. If I always had breakfast, and this is a bad thing for me, I never really eat breakfast that often. I kind of eat breakfast, and then some days I don't. But if I did have to eat breakfast a lot, I would definitely go for scrambled eggs or some sort of omelet. Even like a sunny side up is fine, because at the end of the day, it's just eggs. And it's good for protein, so, you know, it gives you energy, and that's nice. So yeah, I definitely like eggs for breakfast. If I was to go for eggs, probably a sandwich would be nice too. Hello, Chester. I'm gonna take a swig of water real quick. Whoa. I forgot. We had some guests nearby our base. Okay, let's take them out. Again, we put on our armor first before we fight. Let's not make that mistake again. And we're gonna slowly lead it out, so we can focus on killing it after. Day 24. We're doing pretty good though. And I think this should be a new habit of mine. Ooh, we got another tusk. Nice. This should be a new habit of mine where I have my, I always have my things that I need to click on, and, well, instead of clicking on it, I have it on my hotbar, so it's easy for me to, like, access, and I think that should be the case. Okay. Let's send these dogs on my way. I'm gonna go ahead and have it get baited by Chester. Let me just focus on the wee tusk. Oops. Okay, again, I forgot my item isn't on my bar, so that's not good. Alright, there we go. Easy peasy. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wait until the night is over, because we only have 6 more days. Well, yeah. No, wait. Is it 6 more days? I think it's day 30 when Deerclops spawns, so 6 more days. And it should be at night, too. So, 6 more days until Deerclops spawns, and then day 31st, full moon starts, so we can try and kill the piggies after. Which means I should probably make myself some more of the pig houses. I probably can make 1 more, because I have enough stone to make 3 cut stones. Enough rocks to make 3 cut stones. And I do have some wood on me, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Buildings. Pig house. There you go. Then pig skins. Should be in one of these. There it is. Let's see it. That back. Pig skin. There we go. Awesome. Let's see if we can get this pig up there too. Hey. There we go. Yeah, that route looks delicious. I love spoiled food. There you go. So now we have 3 houses. Nice. I feel like it's good too to not make too much pig houses, especially if you're a single player world, Mainly because every full moon, you're not guaranteed to have a lot of time to kill all of them. So you definitely want to have enough to survive, but not too much where it's hard to like collect all of them, you know? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and hop over to a biome, like maybe this biome. We have to take care of the spiders, but besides that, we also want to kill the eggs. Well, destroy these spider eggs, but also I want to get some of the rocks too. Since it's a quarry and I want to clear it eventually. Might as well do that since we're waiting on Deerclops to spawn. So also, if there is a wormhole, yeah, there's a wormhole nearby. I'm gonna go ahead and hop back and forth later, so we can take care of some nightmares and get ourselves our nightmare suit and nightmare dark sword. It's very dangerous. I've tried to to fight the spiders in their nest with our friends, our shadow duelists, because the shadow duelists will not be aggroed as much as your character would, so it's very, very dangerous to do that, and that's why I'm probably not gonna fight with them just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and since it's getting close to night, I'm just gonna focus on gathering first before I start killing them one by one. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a fire pit here, because I assume I'm probably gonna be here for a little bit longer. There we go. Everything there, so let's keeps up. I'm gonna leave everything I'm not gonna be holding right now in Chester. I'm also gonna make ourselves another armor because I do know we have a 80%, well, 38% helmet and a 90% log suit. So I might as well make one just in case. During winter, I don't really do a lot of ambitious things. Mainly because it is a harsher season versus autumn and spring. Spring isn't really that nice either since it's, you know, it has a lot of rain. And the rain does bring a lot of troubles for our survival anyway. So I technically don't go out of my way to do things during spring either. But I will try and kill some muskus during spring because it would be very nice to have their down feathers. We'll need it for future fights as well, so if we get that far. I'm gonna actually try. I'm gonna test that. Hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple of shadow duelists here. Alright. I'm gonna walk farther away and see if they'll... I'm gonna put this on as well. Let's see if they actually kill any of the spiders. Okay, look! See? I told you! They're not focusing on the spiders, they're focusing on me. Which sucks. I'm gonna walk every now and again just so I don't get in the middle of them, you know? I think they're gonna turn their gaze on Chester pretty quickly if I get too far. Which isn't good either, but... this is doable, though. Maybe that's the way to do it. It's also very nice to get some of the silk, too. Silk is very, very good to have. But also, I'm gonna keep them spawning things until I lose enough sanity so that I can fight these guys. My shadow duelist is going strong! Wow, there's a lot of them. Ah! Nice. We just barely missed it. Let's try and see if we can spawn another one before the spiders get too close to me. Nicely done. Keep them interested. Very interesting. That's a very interesting interaction with these spiders and stuff like that. I definitely think it's so weird though, because I would expect that, you know, another enemy is fighting them, right? So it shouldn't be focusing on me. It should be focusing on the enemy. Alright. Yeah, like I don't understand about that. I feel like the duelists are interesting and all, but maybe in terms of boss fight, it'd be nice that the boss doesn't lose its interest on the actual character, and it will still focus on the, you know, the playable character instead of the shadows. Because in that situation, I feel like it makes sense. Otherwise, you know, if you're fighting, like, let's say, Fuel Weaver, and their gaze is always looking on the other things instead of focusing on you, it's very hard to, like, you know, maneuver and work with that, I guess. I don't know. It's so much more scarier doing this as a different character. Because let's say if I was playing, like, you know, Wigfrid or Wolfgang or WX, like, because my health pool is much more lower with this character, it's so much more, like, scarier doing this, you know, with a, you know, if you get hit once without armor, you pretty much die kind of character. If that makes sense. Ow. Okay. You know, it's actually very interesting. In terms of, like, in-game, I feel like, in a way, they've made winter for Don't Starve pretty interesting. Like, it actually matches pretty well with IRL. Because based off how bad the weather is during winter, especially if you're in a place where there's snow and all that, it makes it very hard for you to want to be, you know, active and want to do things during the season. Mainly because, you know, it's very hard to, like, you know, be energetic to actually do anything. Mainly because of the cold, and your character gets fatigued very easily, and, you know, with all the keeping warm and stuff like that, like, it's actually very interesting. And I feel like a lot of video games do that pretty well, making a pretty much very hard to live environment whenever it's cold based. One of the games I think they did pretty well was The Long Dark. I really want to play The Long Dark, but I'm not really good with the game because it's actually a very hard game to play. But it's one of the games that I do want to try eventually. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe do a series on it. I don't know. But we'll have to see when that happens. But mainly, it's just, you know, one of those games are the games that make, you know, environmental survival games. So, like, you know, when there's weather, when there's, like, you know, harsh seasons and stuff like that. Like, I feel like they do a very, very good job with those. And I definitely want to try out more games in the survival category, mainly because I really like survival games. I feel like most survival games are very, very fun. My go-to usually is Don't Starve because it is a game that I know very well, so I feel like my survivability is very high in these kind of games. But in terms of, like, The Long Dark, another game that I've heard of, Project Zomboid, I've tried playing it as well, but it's a very hard game and I don't know how to play it properly. Those games are usually very intimidating for me because whenever I try them out, I'm pretty much like, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, I'll run in, I'll just do random things, and I feel like, oh, I guess this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I probably should focus on getting food. There's a thirst bar now, so I probably should focus on getting water. And all that. And, you know, there's much more hardcore things in terms of, like, Project Zomboid, mainly because you have, like, you know, if you're injured, you don't just heal by eating food. You have to actually assess what kind of, like, you know, problem you're going through. If you're having, like, you know, bodily problems, if you have, like, you know, bodily injuries, you have to actually patch it and stuff like that. There's all those things that I feel like makes the game very, very hard, but also very, very challenging and interesting, I guess. So, yeah. Maybe eventually I'll try out that game and, you know, film it. We'll see. But I'm still thinking in terms of other games. I feel like I prefer a lot of casual survival games. Something that's a little bit more, you know, obtainable. At the end of the day, if I'm playing a video game, I want to play it for fun. I don't want to play it and, you know, be angry. Granted, there really isn't a lot of games that makes me angry. Just playing them because, honestly, if I'm playing a game and I'm being angry, probably is a good sign to not play the game. So I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna run. I want to go back to base when I'm doing this because, you know, during nighttime and dogs, it's not fun. And I don't want to, you know, just do that all over again and die. If you go far enough, usually they'll start putting their attention to Chester, so you can slowly take care of them one by one. And it should be relatively safe if you just keep on moving. We do have also a hound trap, so if we have the hound trap area, we should be fine in terms of, like, you know, we're actually close to the vicinity of it. We're very close. We should be fine. I'm just hoping the pigs don't. All right, the pigs got jumbled into this mess. Whatever. traps are working pretty well. At a point where it's close to being stale, well, it's spoiled already, but if it's spoiled, I kind of want to get a bird and have it help us out and, you know, take care of the meat. I can cook them, like, don't get me wrong, I can cook the meat and, you know, refresh its freshness a bit, but at the end of the day, like, I want to be able to use it for other things as well. Namely for hand bats and all that. So if I cook them, I can't use a cooked steak for hand bats. That doesn't work. Alright, let's see. Bird trap. Bird trap, nice. And I believe we do have seeds in the fridge. Yeah, we do. Bones. And huzzah, we got a bird. Awesome. Go ahead and put the bird in. Hello, pal. You'll be our new resident for a little camp here. We're gonna give it... We're gonna stop at 6, I'd say. 6, and we're gonna keep it as a handbat fodder, because eventually we'll be using it for handbats anyway. Now we have eggs. Awesome. So, 3 days left for Deerclops, and I definitely don't have a dark sword yet, which is something that I want before fighting it. So yeah, we probably want to focus on that soon. I'll try to fight the Deerclops with my puppets and see how far and how well they do, I guess. I will also try and make the armor, because I want to see if they can actually withstand the Deerclops' damage as well. There you go. Okay. Tester, I'll leave you here. Excuse me, for now. I'll meet you back in a bit. Maybe 10 or 14, you know. That's good enough. Hello. Please eat me too. There you go. Oh, I thought that was a nightmare fuel. That was just a seed. There you go. 3. We'll need 3 more. We'll be able to make both armor and weapons. So I'm drinking water as well. Oh, I stood there too long. Get close to the fire, actually. Starting to get cold. I don't think we need to be worried about the dogs for now, which is good, since they just came earlier. Nice, we got another one. You know what, I'm just gonna farm as much as I can. Honestly, the more dark swords I have, the happier I am. So why not? Okay, so now these back to a leveled state. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Let me hold this. That was not a good idea. I completely forgot it's not dawn. It's not dusk anymore. It's already, you know, night. Oh, 2 terabits. That's not good. Gotta focus now. Oh, okay. Definitely took too much hits there. but we're okay. All right, let's just leave it at that. I think 11 Dark Souls Nightmare Fuel are good enough. Oh man. Yeah, that's 15. We can make 2 Dark Swords and 1 Shadow Suit, so that's good enough. That's good enough for me. Definitely very anxious during that. We're fine. We're okay. Where's Chester? Oh, you know what? I forgot I left Chester there because I didn't pick up the eye bone. Ah, okay. Let's go back. Actually, you know what? Now that it's day, I can actually do that again for a bit. Yes, I do need a couple more Nightmare Fuel just so I can refuel my Codex Umbra, so I'll still need to be here for a bit longer. But before that, I'm going to prep properly. I'm going to go ahead and make ourselves another helmet just before the fight. Also, I'm not going to use that skin. That skin's going to make me very confused if I have my Beefalo hat on. Okay. See the enemy. Okay. There we go. Very good. 20. 20 should be enough. Yes, I'm pretty sure I only need 4 Nightmare Fuel to fully max out the Codex Umbra, because I believe each charge, whenever you use the Nightmare Fuel on the Codex, gives you 25%. So 4 is 100%. Yes. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we can head back. Great. Lovely. And only 2 more days to spare. In terms of all the bosses, Deerclops is probably one of the easier ones. Granted that you have enough of the stuff you need to keep yourself alive during the fight. And also, you know, just having enough weapons that are doing good enough damage. A handbat's nice, but if you have a Dark Sword, that's a very good upgrade. And honestly, it's very easy to use anyway. From that, and make 2 of these. Awesome. So I'm gonna leave 1 in the base, the other one I'll hold on me. All right, let's see here. I will have to put down some stuff. Did I left Chester there again? I did. I totally did. I'm gonna go back and get him. Why am I always leaving him there? He's been helping us out so much. Man, come on. Hey, pal. Sorry, I came back for you. Okay, let's head back. Alright, day 29. We're closing in to Deerclops, and after Deerclops, we're closing into spring. So, let's see. In terms of things for Deerclops, I think we're pretty okay. Because we have most of the things we need already. And I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, that one's strong. Alright, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and manage my inventory real quick as well. Because I really don't need to have all this things that I'm using anyway on me. I'm gonna go collect the ice as well. We need ice. I need the ice because I want to make sure we also get ourselves a Flingomatic. Even if we're not going to be in base too often, it's also nice to just have, mainly because, you know, it's also nice to have ice. Flingomatic's definitely a good backup plan just in case we do hop by to our base during the summer. Oh, I just wasted that berry. So I definitely want to have the ice. And let's see how much ice we need to. I think it's like 15 ice, right? Or Flingomatic. Let's see. Weather. Summer stuff. 15 ice, yeah. 15 ice, 2 gears, and 2 doodads. Do I have 2 gears? I do. Okay. I'm pretty crapping right now, actually. Let's do that. So, here's the hard part. How am I supposed to put this that can cover everything? Let me see if I can push Chester a bit further. Yes, I know it needs such a big amount of space, just so you can actually craft it, which is annoying. Oh, that would be perfect already if I put it there. Whoop. Does that cover all of it? I don't think it covers... That covers all of it. Good. I'll turn it off. Emergency mode. Now can I... Oh, I can! Oh, that's awesome. That works so good. That's perfect. Awesome. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna drop that. Let it warm up. Also, sorry, someone was texting me earlier. They're asking me what kind of milk I would like to have. These are like drinking milk, like, you know, flavored drinking milk. So they have like bananas, papaya, assume, and strawberry, and I wanted strawberry, because that sounds great. I usually don't like drinking milk, especially since milk isn't really good for me. Whenever I drink milk, my stomach hurts. And I feel bloated and all that. But I can't necessarily say that I'm fully lactose. It's definitely not good for me to eat it often, but it's not the worst thing for me. I don't know if I can say that. It's just a weird thing for me, I guess. Alright. So, we have to prep for Deerclops. Tonight is the night. We have a lot of weapons. We have a good amount of armor. Yeah, we have 2 sets of helmets. One of them is about to break. Wait, I don't have grass. I'm gonna go pick some grass. I know we have some grass in the chest, but I also need to pick grass anyway. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need to use the grass. I'm gonna try and use the nightmare suit instead, and see how well that does. I'll have some helmets on hand just in case, but I definitely want to see how well the nightmare suit does. What is it actually called? Night armor. It's called a night armor. I've been calling it nightmare suit for the longest time. Okay, well. Now I know, I guess. We're empty inside. We're gonna go ahead and eat our honey ham, which sounds delicious. Okay, go ahead and make ourselves a helmet. Boom. Done. So now, all we have to do is find a proper spot to fight. Preferably farther away from the those guys, because I don't want to get in trouble. And we can do that. Anyway, I think that's all we need to hold on to. I will put everything else in my inventory slot, so I have it easily available. And the things I won't be using will be placed in the backpack instead. So when I'm in the fight, I wouldn't have to like search around for things. So yeah. Also, Chester, I'm gonna need my book. As a good magician, I need my book. This will be a very interesting fight as well. Hopefully it'll be educational for me. Because I need to know if it actually works or not. Otherwise it's such a waste. I can feel the vibrations. This is, we're in a very peculiar spot. There he is. Hello. Ah! can't use my right click properly. That sucks. Okay. They seem to be doing, like, fine in terms of, like, their defense are still pretty weak. They die pretty quickly. Let me try and spawn some more. In terms of damage, I'm not sure how many damage my shadow puppets are doing. Let me do this. I'll spawn a couple more and see how much they do. Okay, well, it died. Maybe it is doing a lot of damage, because my Dark Sword's not even close to, like, halfway. And usually, if I'm fighting alone, it goes over halfway, because you only do 60-something damage per hit. It's like 68, I think, for your Dark Sword, so... Interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyway, there goes Deerclops. Deerclops down. Great! It's one thing down the list. Awesome. You know what? Maybe. Maybe it's actually pretty good using these shadow puppets. I'm not sure their exact damage and all, but eventually if I do get to make the, what is that thing called? It's like a, damage testing dummy thing, whatever it is. Maybe then we'll try it out. I could have sworn the damage didn't really feel like it did a lot. My Shadow Duelist, I mean. But I'm not sure, like, what it actually does when you give it, like, you know, shadow armor, like knight armor and dark swords. Like, what does it actually do? How much are they benefiting from it? Or even at all, I guess. I've been waiting for this. I got my armor. That's a lot of damage. Dumpling! That's such a good name. I'm sorry, Dumpling. A million? A million? Or E-million? I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not sure if it's like a silent E or something. We'll go to the swamp real quick. I want to grab the terrarium, and I'm doing it during the day because it's inside the spider, just the spider den area, which is a little bit annoying to get because I'm not sure what the trap is. For the terrarium, the otherworldly terrarium usually is a trap set piece. So if you open the chest that contains the terrarium, there's actually something that happens. And because I'm not sure what that trap is, and it's inside the spider den area, I assume the moment I pick it up, a lot of spiders will spawn, right? So I should definitely be very, very careful about it. And to not disturb what's going on around here, you know? We have our armor. Grab it. Okay, it seems like it's nothing. Alright, great. That's even better, actually. I would have been nervous otherwise. Alright, well, I'm gonna put on my hand instead, then. We got the terrarium, let's go. Let's head back. Because I'm thinking, I kind of want to fight the Eye of Terror as well. Since we do have, like, you know, our weapons still, we have our book that can be used as well. Like, what's stopping us anyway? What a magnificent horror. Wow, halfway already. They must have done a lot of damage, holy cow. It immediately went to second phase, like, within... Oh my goodness, I think it was very close to being dead. If I had my book on me, I would probably just spawn more. Dang, that was cool. Alright, we're gonna reactivate it. Because they haven't died yet, so... we do that. And, while we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the base stuff. I do want to build this eventually, too. It's actually not that expensive to make as well. Just a nightmare to feel part. Because I know that's... So that, what is it called again? A magician's chest. The magician's chest is pretty much a ender chest in Minecraft. Where you can build two. Well, the other thing that you use is not a chest as well. It's the, what is it called? The magician's hat. Magician's top hat, that's what it's called. So when you make this, it's basically a mobile, chest thing that you can open whenever you put it on your character. And you have the this that's left in base or something, or somewhere you want to leave it to. It basically keeps your things, you know, as a chest in base. So if I made one of this, leave it in base, I can quickly just leave everything there. And then if I have like other things I want to use when I'm going to a certain spot, I can just leave all the necessary materials in that chest and then just bring the top hat with me, and that'll be like an extra inventory slot. Because I believe it's a 3x3 chest, so you have 9 inventory slots for it, and that's very nice. That's really, really nice. Make 4. Let's treat ourselves. Alright, let's see. I'm pretty sure it's around, like, 1,000 health. Or maybe 1,500. More or less that point. Yeah, it was very close to being dead. We actually do an insane amount of damage. That's crazy. Oh yeah, take care of that. Nicely done. We do a lot of damage. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to make a, what is that? I didn't call the potter's wheel as well. So I can get rid of those things. I would suggest we need more wood. Because you'll always need wood anyway in the game. So we should definitely get some more wood. Now that we're finally in some downtime, pretty much downtime, we've pretty much defeated Deerclops, we've gotten the Eye of Terror, we've gotten ourselves a walking cane and a tam. We're pretty much set for winter. We don't really have anything else we need to do for now. We could potentially collect more ice tomorrow, after we're done with the wood. And I'd say we did pretty well for winter so far. The next season coming is going to be spring, so we probably need to get some of the bone shards so we can make ourselves a umbrella. And then that's pretty much it for winter. I think we're doing good so far. Obviously, again, I feel like winter is never really an eventful season. Unless you have a lot of things you want to work on, such as killing the MacTusk over and over again. And doing Klaus as well. Klaus could have been a possibility, but because I don't know where those things are, I haven't really go out of my way to check them, especially. and I'm not really that like confident just yet to do Klaus. I would probably suggest doing that afterwards. Okay, we got a tree guard spawn, so I'll have to take care of the tree guard. Okay. Alright, okay. We need our helmet. Holy cow, that did a lot of damage. I'm glad it didn't one-hit us. That would be very sad. I always gotta put on armor. That's just to be the case. If I'm not wearing armor, I'm not fighting. That is the rule. Okay. Oh, my goodness. That was not a good time for that. So, back to what we were saying. We've pretty much gotten most of our things done already for winter. We have nothing else we need to really focus on or work on. So, pretty much what we're just going to focus on is the spring stuff. And first and foremost, I do want to say thank you to everybody who's sticking around the channel so far. Yeah, it's been really crazy, actually. Just seeing how things are just going so far. The channel, like, I'm really happy that people are enjoying it so far and people are liking it. And I do hope that, you know, the content can get better. You know, just get better and better. Because, you know, it actually... it's just, it's fun, I guess. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is that it's been a fun experience, and I'm really enjoying how far things are going, how far people are actually enjoying it as well. Thanks again for everybody who comments and leaves, you know, nice words and stuff like that. Any kind of criticisms as well would be appreciated, because at the end of the day, I'm still learning. There's still a lot of things I want to work on and do better with the channel. So, yeah, I guess this is just a thank you for, you know, just sticking around and all that. I really appreciate it. So, after this, we're going to prep ourselves for spring. It is the last day tomorrow for winter. So after tomorrow, we're going to be starting spring. And yeah, we'll just see how things go then. We have a couple of things I want to work on during spring, so we'll see if things work out. Hopefully things do. And yeah, eventually I do want to make some more different videos as well. So besides Don't Starve, at the end of the day, I do want to make sure everybody knows that I am not necessarily just a Don't Starve video game player. I really love Don't Starve, don't get me wrong. But there are also a lot of games that I do enjoy playing as well. And yeah, hopefully I get to share some of them with y'all. And yeah, we'll see how far things go. Okay, we got a lot of logs, so we can make a couple more chests. I should probably also work on getting a beefalo too. Like, I think if I tame a beefalo, that'd be pretty nice. Our sanity is still relatively low, so if ever we can actually just focus on getting more nightmare fuel, because that's also nice to have. We always need nightmare fuel anyway. But, as of right now, there really isn't a urge to do a lot of things, because we're just closing into the end of, like, winter. I think I'm more so just mentally preparing myself for autumn, or not autumn, spring and summer. Summer's going to be a very tricky one, mainly because it's so easy in this game to just overheat, and it's not as easy as putting down a fire pit. You have to actually get endothermic pits and stuff like that, and the endo stuff are a little bit more, you know, annoying to acquire, so it won't be as easy as lighting a tree on fire and just staying warm. I might just stay underground for a majority of it, hopefully, but we'll see. But as you can see, The floor is starting to melt off all the snow. Things are finally starting to slow down a bit. No more snow anymore. We're getting close to just springtime, so that'll be fun. But so far we're doing pretty good. Day 35, our base looks pretty well built, I think. We have the necessities. We can definitely go for a little bit more pig houses. I would say maybe 3 more, so 6 pigs all in all. And have something here and there, maybe the magician's chest box, because I want to try it out and use it. But more or less, I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah. And that's winter. We did quite a bit of stuff. It's pretty good. Let's make some ice cream. We have ice, right? Let me see. Yeah. Now hopefully I get the recipe right. Oh, it's snowing again. Interesting. I don't think it should be snowing again. Ice cream! Nice, we got it right. Awesome.